Hi guys, and welcome back to the Baker Bunch. I am Nisha, and this is our son Tamir. Tamir turned 20 months as of yesterday. You want some milk? 20 months as of yesterday, so I'm going to go ahead and give you guys this update. If you guys are new here, make sure that you hit that subscribe button, which it should be somewhere over there. If you guys are oldie but goodie, welcome back, and let's get an update on Tamir. First things first is I weighed Tamir yesterday, and he is 21.2 pounds. And at the doctor, at his 18-month appointment, they informed us that he was 30 inches tall. So Tamir is on the smaller percentile of 20-month-old, but our doctor said he's not worried because Tamir has started eating more, and he's grown pretty well, so he said he wasn't worried, so neither am I. So the first update about Tamir is that he has more teeth. So when he was 16 months, he had his 2 bottom, he got his 4 top. So now he is, last week he got his bottom left molar. Now he's getting his bottom right molar, his top 2 molars, and then his second set of bottom teeth. So he is teething a lot. Right now, for some strange reason, he doesn't want to gnaw on any of the teething toys that we have for him. He wants to, it seems like he wants to eat everything other than what is created for teething. And I feel like I know I'm not the only mommy who has this going on with their toddler, but yeah. He's also been gnawing a lot on his thumb, which he bit his nail and I had to like clip it. What I try to do is actually foul it so I don't have to use fingernail clippers, but that was something that we had to get into today. Is on Tamir's hair. So Tay and I had talked about cutting it, more so me. I was like, kind of like my back would hurt with making sure that it stayed moisturized and washed and everything like that. I use CANT products on his hair, leave-in conditioner, detangler, and curling something. I can't think of the name of it, but it's like in the little jar. I don't use CANT Kids. I just use regular CANT. We've been actually using it for about that's actually the only thing I've used on his hair, period, other than coconut oil. For like the first year of his life, I only used water and coconut oil. Once he turned 1, I started using like detangler and stuff like that. Currently, his hair is in 2-strand twist, but his hair gets really dry quick like mine, so I have to make sure that I'm consistently greasing it and keeping his scalp moisturized. But as far as his hair washing, when he takes a bath, what I normally do is I clean him at the bottom. I put the shampoo and I shampoo his hair. I brush it out and detangle it with a wide tooth comb. And the last 2 times I've done it, I'll take him to the kitchen. Well, I'll put a diaper on him, of course. I'll take him to the kitchen and then I'll rinse it out in the kitchen because it's easier and he doesn't have to lean forward. Because I feel like they have a little device that you can put on their hair, on their head, so that the water won't get into their eyes. But I haven't got it for Tamir, to be honest. So I figure I'm not going to use that. We're just going to keep doing what we've been doing. So that's what's been going on with his hair. Next thing is his talking and his speech. So Tamir says about 8 to 10 words, which the pediatrician said that's a good job, a good sign. He doesn't do full sentences yet, but he says like mama, dad, yes, no. He says good night. He says hi, bye. What else does he say? Or like So his favorite word is actually no. And I think it's because a lot of the things he do, I'm like, no, you can't do that. So I try to like use different words, but most of the time it's just no. The next thing I want to talk about or give you guys an update about is nursing. So we went at his 18-month appointment, I was talking to his pediatrician and I was saying that I noticed his second set of, well, it's actually his first set of top teeth, which are the linears or whatever, the ones next to the canine. They look like they're kind of in the beginning stages of like rotting. They're like a light yellow brownish color. And I was explaining to him like we still night nurse, and he informed us that we should go to the dentist again, which it was already time for his 6 month to go back to the dentist. But also that we need to stop night nursing, because what happens is when he's feeding at night, the milk stays in his mouth and it has nowhere to go, so it sinks into his teeth, so it causes it to rotten. And then we went to the dentist, and the dentist basically informed me the same thing. However, it's really, really hard, and it's something that I really need to improve on, because the other night I slept in the living room so he wouldn't smell my milk and be close and try to like nurse. And it did work. Tay slept in the bed with him and just patted him back to sleep. However, last night I slept in the bed with him and I did night nurse. So it's such a struggle. Overall, I want to work on weaning anyways, because he's going to be 2 in 4 months. I almost say he's going to be 4. He's going to be 2 in 4 months, and I really pray to God that we don't have to go past 2 years old. I also looked at ways to dry up my milk, and they were saying like use the cabbage leaves, how you're going to get engorged and how it's going to hurt. And I'm like, oh my God, do I really want to go through this? But I really do. I think it's time. I feel like I've done my part, and I feel like now not that the breast milk is hurting him, but the overnight breastfeeding I feel like is, because it's causing his teeth to mess up, and that makes me, that just bothers. So with that being said, I want to talk about some of his favorite foods. So he has been eating more. If you guys have followed us before, you know that first of all, his iron count was low, which was the next thing I was going to talk about. His iron count had been low because he really didn't show interest in food until he was about 13, 14 months. That's when he started eating more solids, well, more table food. He really only wanted breast milk, which I had talked to a couple of my mommies in my mommy groups, and they informed me their child was doing the same thing, so I tried not to worry about it. But now he's been eating more consistently. We're trying to get to 3 whole meals. He'll snack, like he loves like chips and fruit, but I've been trying to get him to actually eat more, but it's, you know, it's a process, and kind of just putting new things in front of him to see what he gravitates more to. But I know off the top of my head, he loves turkey bacon, he loves mashed potatoes, he loves macaroni and cheese, he loves any type of pasta really, he loves broccoli, he loves, what else does he love? He'll eat like applesauce, he'll eat yogurt, mostly any fruit that I put in front of him. His veggies are okay. He does not like carrots or sweet potatoes. He really, as far as dairy, he processes it good. I actually gave him a little bit of regular milk in a cup, and he actually drank it. But I don't know if he equates the milk that he's drinking in the cup to mommy's breast milk. So I don't know if that coincides, but he actually drank it, and I was just like, ooh, if I can put this in a sippy cup and he can actually drink this, then cow's milk it will be. Which leads me to another point, which is potty training. So we bought a potty at about 17 months, and I just left it in the bathroom with me. So when I go to the bathroom, he follows. So I sit on the toilet and he sits on his potty, and we actually got him to go on it like 3 or 4 times. He pottied. Most of the time it's easy for me to take him to the potty when he first wakes up, because I know, of course, you have to pee. But what's hard is, well, what we're working on is teaching him when he feels the tingling sensation to actually say, okay, you know, toilet, which I've been trying to sign either toilet or restroom, but I don't think that's going to work really. I mean, it could. Let me not be negative. It could work. I just need to figure out a way for him to inform us, okay, I have to go to the bathroom. So if you mommies out there have any tips on how I can teach him to inform us that he has to use the restroom, please leave them below in the So lastly, I want to talk about, because I got a couple of people who said, oh, I should inform how we came up with TAMIR'S name. So I decided, let's add it into his update. So I call it a name phobia, because my dad's name is Burnell, so my name was supposed to be Bernicia. Unfortunately, something between my mom filling out the documents, the nurse, whatever, it was misspelled to Banisha. B-A instead of B-E-R. I don't like either, to be honest. I felt like growing up that my name was like an ethical name. I felt like you knew it was like that I was ethnic. So fortunately or unfortunately, I always felt like I wanted to make sure that my child's name was spelled right, because I had issues with like my birth certificate, my schooling, and different things like that. So I didn't want to put that on my child. So originally I was going for a more simple name like John. Tayari loved the name Sebastian, and the reason why I was going with John was because it's a family name with my husband's side of the family. We talked about like Benjamin. We talked about, what are the names? I can't think of the other names off the top of my head, but it was somewhere along those lines. Until the night before our ultrasound, when we were finding out the sex of the baby. So I had a dream that I was at this place and I was changing the baby, and I couldn't see the area if it was, you know, male or female, but the person came up to me and was like, Tamia or something. And I was like, no, it's T-A-M-I-R, Tamir. So when I woke up, I told my husband the dream, and I'm like, I dreamt of this name, Tamir. And I had never heard of the name before other than the Tamir Rice, which was the young black boy who lost his life. But that didn't even dawn on me. I just thought about the name Tamir. I'm like, Tamir, okay. So we go to the ultrasound, and they say, it's a boy. I'm like, oh my God, what are we going to name him? So after the ultrasound, we're walking out the hospital. All I can think of is, what are we going to name him? So Tay was like, well, what about the name you dreamt of? What about Tamir? And I'm like, well, what does it mean? You know, I don't want to name our baby something crazy. So I Google it, and it says that it means tall, wealthy one, or date palm. I'm like, okay, that doesn't mean anything crazy, so we can go with the name Tamir. So we decided on Tamir for the first name, and we always knew that we were going to incorporate Tayari's mom, who her name is LaShawn, and unfortunately she passed away before I met Tayari and before we got married. So I knew we was going to incorporate, you know, either her first or middle name, whether it was a boy or a girl. And then Tayari's middle name is Trayshawn, which features her name. And then it just so happens that my middle name is Shantae. So I have like both Sean and the Tay. So we decided that his middle name would be Sean. So his name is Tamir Sean. So that is how we got his name. And when I look at him, it's like I really couldn't imagine him being named anything else. So with that being said, that wraps up Tamir's 20-month update. If you guys enjoyed this, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. If you guys want to add any comments or let me know about your child, if you have any questions, make sure that you leave them in the comments below, and I'll check you guys on the next one. Bye.